It's Boats and Boating, Fish and Fishing. You're on the dock with Rick Smith, brought to you by Marine Outlet of Temple, your Central Texas just add water dealer for new canoe kayaks, Old Town and Ocean canoes and kayaks. Texas Parks and Wildlife wants you to know that the federal red snapper season will close November the 21st. This makes it the longest federal red snapper season since 2007. Saltwater anglers enjoyed 173 days of offshore red snapper fishing along the Texas coast this year. After the closing date, anglers in Texas state waters out to 9 nautical miles can continue to keep up to 4 red snapper per day with a 15-inch minimum length limit. The 2025 federal red snapper season offered nearly 6 months of red snapper fishing opportunities to the people of Texas, said Robin Rikers, Texas Parks and Wildlife Department Coastal Fisheries Division Director. This remarkable milestone clearly shows that the regional management of fisheries works to provide greater benefits and fishing opportunities to anglers. We look forward to continuing to work with Texas saltwater anglers to maintain this important fishery and ensure we create the maximum benefits to Texas and our anglers. The November 21st closing date ends an extraordinary 173 days. Texas Parks and Wildlife established the opening and closing of the recreational red snapper fishery in federal waters off Texas coast under an agreement between the department and the National Marine Fisheries Service. The federal red snapper season is managed by a quota system that uses red snapper catch data in pounds of fish to determine when a federal water closure is necessary. Texas closes a federal water fishery when the state's catch limit in pounds is reached for the year, with enough cushion to make sure state waters can remain open until the end of the year. To estimate the state's annual red snapper fishery harvest season, the Texas Parks and Wildlife biologists work closely monitoring the red snapper landings through its creel survey program and mobile application. Anglers can continue to report red snapper landings in state waters with Texas Parks and Wildlife's mobile application located at tpwd.texas.gov. Now remember, earlier we had talked about the Parks and Wildlife opening certain oyster harvest areas along the coast. This occurred November the 1st, with commercial harvesting beginning November the 3rd. This was an effort to aid Texas commercial oyster fishermen this season. The Texas Parks and Wildlife Department has elected to temporarily depart from the strict adherence to the established thresholds for the 2025-2026 season, said Robin Rikers. Maintaining the balance of conserving oyster resources with fishing opportunities for the commercial industry is important for the industry and for Texas reefs, both now and for the future. To establish which harvest areas will be open at the beginning of the oyster season in Texas, the biologists collect samples prior to the shellfish harvesting season. The factors evaluated include reaching certain thresholds based on the abundance of legal-size oysters 3 inches or greater. More information on the opening of those can be found at the Texas Parks and Wildlife website, tpwd.texas.gov. I want to remind everyone that the all-star kayak fishing teams will be at Marine Outlet this Saturday at 3 o'clock for their trophy presentations. They're having a tournament on one of the Central Texas lakes this Saturday, and they will do their trophy presentation, and that will begin at 3 o'clock. Marine Outlet is located at 4410 South General Bruce Drive in Temple. For more information, you can give me a call at 254-773-9931. They'd love to have anyone interested in kayak fishing or just kayaking in general to stop by so that they can explain the benefits of kayaking over other types of boating in Texas. This is Rick Smith on the dock, wishing you clear horizons, fair winds, and tight lines.